Shalom. First off, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Rachakwadash. Double honor to the apostles and elders of great millstone, rule well, as well as double honor to their elders. Peace and blessings to 144,000 pushing this world with all truth and sincerity, as well as peace and blessings to all the believers of Yahweh Shai. I just want to do a quick lesson. It's a lot going on right now, especially early morning. Trump, striking Venezuela. Russia responding saying they stand with them. Lord will not get into a lot more of those articles later. I'm just gonna hit this one article I got here. But I want to start the scripture here. As brothers and apostles, say time to time, stay ready, so you don't have to get ready, man. At any day now, this damn devil can come out with a false flag or black swan event. We don't know. We just gotta keep our head on a swivel, and always be prayed up within Yahweh by Shem Shai. So let's start here, Ephesians 5 and verse 14. Wherefore he saith, Awake thou that sleepest, and arise from the dead, and Yahweh Shai shall give thee light. We have to come up out of that sleep. The wadi Yahweh Shem Shai for calling us up out of that sleep. Because 2/3, hey, they not being called from out of that sleep. They're dead. They're staying with the congregation of the dead. But we have Yahweh Shai. Yahweh Shai has given us this light, to see in this dark place. Yahweh Shai is that light. So verse 14 again, wherefore he said, Awake thou that sleepest, and arise from the dead, and Yahweh Shai shall give thee light. See then that ye walk circumspectly, not as fools, but as wise, redeeming the time, because the days are evil. So it says we should be walking circumspectly. And so like it for the background noise. Let me get this word for probably have to get an etymology online for a better definition for circumspectly. Let me play it.
Strong's G 199. Akribos. Akribos.
It says exactly, accurately, diligently. Let's get the etymology of it. Circumspectly. Basically just mean, looking all around you, looking about on all sides. Circumspect says cautious, wary, literally looking about on all sides. You see, so we're cautious and wary, looking for the prophecies to be fulfilled, man. Because we're not going to be caught off guard as 2/3 our people. We're seeing the things that's happening in the earth right now, Going back to Ephesians 5 and 15 again, see then that you walk circumspectly, not as fools, but as wise, not to be walking, or living like 2/3 our people. We're living according to the scriptures to the best of our ability. Doing the things that are pleasing to Yahweh by Shem Shai. That's what a wise man would do in these times. As it says in our 2 Peter, the 3rd chapter, what manner of persons are you to be in all holy conversation? But verse 15 one more time, see then that you walk circumspectly, not as fools, but as wise, redeeming the time, because the days are evil. We're in some Eve meaning time, ill meaning bad. We're in some bad times right now, and they're only going to increasingly get worse. Ain't no telling what this whole strike on Venezuela is going to lead to. If they're going to retaliate. If Russia and China going to step in and do something. But all in all, we know before World War III can fully break out, that the MOT must be fulfilled. So that's why I wanted to speak on this article I got here first, and the Lord willing, later on today, I'll come back and speak on the different things that's going on. Trump with Venezuela, fires happen all around the world. People, judgment going out. It's just a lot of stuff going on. So let's read this whole article right here. Short speed through. It says Marjorie Taylor Greene warns Americans will comply or die over digital ID and CBDC threat. This is from January 2nd, 2026. So yesterday it says Representative Marjorie Taylor Greene sharply reacted this week to evolving federal crypto policy, warning that digital identity and currency changes could force Americans into a stark choice: comply or die. And that's what it's gonna come down to at the end of the day. And it's not gonna be because of CBDs and digital ID, but it's gonna be because of that microchip. This is what this damn devil is leading to, the so-called white man. He wants everybody to be chipped up on the planet Earth. You're gonna have to either comply or die. Let's get the scripture right now. We'll come back in, maybe read a little bit more of that. Revelation 13 and verse 15, it says, And he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that he is NATO in the EU, which America is a part of that, And the image of the beast goes back to the image of the Western Roman Empire, their system of government. And, America copies that system of government, as well as the everyday life, in America. Is basically the same thing that was happening in ancient Rome, but, even more wicked, This is the most sinful kingdom upon the planet Earth, But from the top again, and he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak, and is speaking through the policies, once again, and cause that as many as will not worship the image of the beast should be killed. So you see, as she said, people are going to have to comply or die over the digital ID and CBDC, but it's really, comply or die over this chip that this damn devil wants you to get. Let's get this word for killed for not worshiping the image of the beast. You're gonna be xed out. And part of worshiping that image is going to be to receive that mark within your right hand or your forehead. Let's get the word for killed here. G615 apoktaino, and under our line of biblical usage, it says to kill in any way, whatever, to destroy, to allow to perish, to inflict mortal death. You see, this is what's coming down the pipe. This let me read up right quick, because this damn devil, he's showing his horns, and he is going to show his horns even more. Revelation 13:11, it says, and I beheld another beast coming up out of the earth, and he had two horns like a lamb. And this speaking about America. That the two horns like a lamb goes back even to the ancient Roman Empire. They had the plebeians, which were I believe the Democrats, and then you had the patricians, were the Republicans. You see, well, that would be known as today in America. The Democrats and the Republicans. And back then you had the plebeians and the patricians. So from the top again, and I beheld another beast coming up out of the earth, and he had two horns like a lamb. Because a lamb is docile. A lamb's not gonna fight back. And these damn devils, the Democrats and Republicans. That's how they come. Docile and sweet to you. When they campaigning for the people, oh, we're gonna do this for you and do that, and then they get in office, then they doing the bidding of these small hats. They bought out by the APAC. But let's keep reading to the end. It says, and he had two horns like a lamb, and he spake as a dragon. You see, so they docile at first, but they're getting ready to speak as a dragon. Let's get this word dragon. We'll get an etymology. It goes back to dracon. And I really got a good definition here. G1404 dracon. Yeah, let's just go straight to the etymology to get a better definition so you can see what it's saying right there. It says, and he spake as a dragon. This is what's getting ready to happen. Draconian, 1759, of or pertaining to Draco, the ancient Greek statesman, in reference to laws rigorous, extremely severe, or harsh. It says Draco is the Latinized form of Greek dracon, name of the archon of Athens who laid down a code of laws for Athens, circa 621 BCE, that mandated death as punishment for minor crimes. And this is what's getting ready to happen, comply or die. For you not taking that chip within your body, men are going to be beheaded, Men are going to be exed out from society, they're going to be put to death. Let's go back to verse 15 and read that again and get the root word of apoktaino, which is apo, just mean, well, I'll just quote, it just means to be separated. You have, for that word killed there, the word is apoktaino, and then the root word from that is apo, which means to be separated from society. So you're going to be physically killed, apoktaino, and then the root word apo, being separated from society, local separation. Revelation 13 and 15 from the top again, and he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak, and cause that as many as will not worship the image of the beast should be killed. And he calls it all, everybody upon the planet. He's talking about the people. And he calls it all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads. It don't matter who you are. Even these damn elites, they gonna get it. Klaus Schwab, he himself, the WF, CEO or ex-CEO. I don't know what's his position now in the company, but Pastor Hart, I played a video of him a while back. I played it myself, him saying, could you imagine us sitting here in 10 years and we both we're talking, telepathically because we have chips in our heads, and everybody's going to have chips in their heads, So even these damn elites, they going to have it, be getting marked up or whatnot. Ain't no telling if they got it right now, But verse 16 again from the top, and he calls it all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads. And you go into this word mark here. It's charagma, letting you know it's a physical thing. I believe we was at camp yesterday, and the brother made a good point. This damn, or I was watching a lesson, either one. This damn devil Esau, his whole kingdom is carnal. He's a carnal man. So how the hell he's gonna come out at the end of his rulership, with something spiritual, a spiritual mark? No, it's something physical that he wants to do to the people. This damn devil don't got a spiritual bone in his body. Besides worshiping the damn Satan and doing left hand wickedness. It says out of this the word for charagma, G5480 charagma under outline of biblical usage. It says straight to the point. Definition two: thing carved, sculpture, graven work. This is a physical thing because these are all physical things. If you're carving a piece of wood or you're sculpting or graving, working with a piece of stone, you got to physically dig into those things. And this is exactly what they want to do. Hey, Trump just said himself, brothers playing that video, speaking about the 6G. Does that give you a deeper view into someone's skin? He's saying that shit jokingly, but this is exactly the plan of the elites, man. You know, uh, Let me bring out this definition right now. Not definition. Let me bring out this precept. Sirach 12 and 10. You can't trust this damn devil or anything that he fucking says. Sirach 12 and 10. Never trust thine enemy. And see, two-thirds of our people don't know we have enemies. They had a Stockholm syndrome for the so-called fucking white man, our arch enemy, the number one, man. They act like they forgot slavery and what they've done to us. But never trust thine enemy. Don't trust this damn devil Esau Edom. You can't trust a damn word that comes out of his mouth. It's gonna be nothing but lies. So never trust thine enemy, for like as iron rusted, so is his wickedness. Over time, iron gonna rust. You leave a bike outside, you didn't wipe all the iron, it's shining good, and you left it out there, and it's gonna rain on that bike again, and it's gonna show that that it's still a rusty son of a bitch. This Esau Edom here, his wickedness is always gonna show. It says, though he humble himself and go crouching, yet take good heed and beware of him. And thou shalt be unto him as if thou hadst wiped a looking glass. And thou shalt know that his rust hath not been altogether wiped away. You see, this damn devil, he's still going to be wicked, you know. So going back into, did I read this one? No, okay, this is the root word from charagma, I believe. Yeah, charagma, then you got charax, G5482. Charax represent, it says under outline biblical usage, a pale or stake, a palisade, representative of that syringe, that the device they're gonna use to put that grain of rice within people's hands. Going to the root word from charax, you have grapho, G1125. Under outline of biblical usage, straight to the point definition, 2-4, to write to one, i.e. by writing, to write or to give information, directions. This is the part of that chip that's gonna hold your information, your directions. All your writings. Your passport, your things you hold in your wallet, your ID, your banking information, your biometrics. Your fingerprints, all that good stuff. It can be contained within that microchip. Revelation 13 and 16 again, he calls it all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, and that no man might buy or sell, save he that hath the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. So this is how you're gonna call. You're not gonna be able to buy or sell in this man's society. You're not gonna be able to participate in anything because everything fucking costs here. You want to call an ambulance to get you there. Oh, that's gonna cost you, man. that ride's gonna cost you, and if you don't got a chip to scan, then you're not getting in. You know. So you're not gonna be able to participate in any facet of this man's society, save that you have that mark, that chip within you. It says, or the name of the beast, and the name of the beast is simply just having that mark within you. Now you have the name of Esau Edom upon you. You done made him your God. Because this damn devil has a God complex. He wants to know where everybody is on the planet. What you're eating, your carbon emissions. Oh, you've been eating too much of this. You've been doing too much of that. He has a God complex. This man is bugged out, and the Heavenly Father's not gonna let him, fulfill his agenda to the full. It says in Job 20:22, in the fullness of his sufficiency, he shall be in straits. Every hand of the wicked, speaking about the laborers, these American people, every hand of the wicked is going to come upon them. Roughly paraphrasing. Verse 18, here is wisdom. Let him that hath understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man, and his number is 600, threescore and six, 666. And you see that number all throughout this man's kingdom, But it's representative of that the UPC, Universal Product Code, that barcode on the back of your products, that's going to be within that chip. You're going to become the barcode, you see? Let's just jump around this. Let me just read it to the end. It's not that long. Speed through it. Second paragraph, it says, Davidson said flat or declining crypto markets and regulatory shifts, including the 2025 Genius Act stablecoin framework, have eroded the industry's original disintermediation use case. And stablecoin is basically Trump came out with that. Let me see. I'm gonna drop one of these. Hang on, I ain't gonna hit this. Let's see, stable coin. This is basically a digitalization of the dollar. I'm typing in what is stable coin. Stablecoin is a type of cryptocurrency or digital currency designed to have stable value, unlike Bitcoin, by being pegged to a stable asset like the U.S. dollar or gold. You see, they want to tie the dollar into digital now and try to I'm not too schooled in this, but to wipe out the debt they have. They want to put it all in crypto or digital ID. Have a fresh start. But this is what we're coming into. The things about to change quickly. They know they have a short time, and that's why we see things moving fast. Let's read that. Revelation 12:12. Therefore rejoice ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. The victory is already written. Yahweh already has a victory. He just waiting to come back and deliver his elect. Lord willing be that number and destroy America. Eventually the kingdom of heaven is going to be established on earth when New Jerusalem comes back down, from those chariots. So therefore rejoice ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he hath but a short time. It's not talking about the spiritual demon, Satan, but it's talking about his physical counterpart. These Edomites work hand in hand with the spiritual demons, saying, doing all these damn left hand sacrifices and whatnot and rituals and whatnot on the left hand side. But it's talking about the so-called white man coming down. Esau Edom, he is the devil in the flesh. For the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he had but a short time. So this damn devil, he's getting ready to come down with that great wrath. He wants order out of chaos. Because this damn devil know he has a short time. That's why we're seeing them, all these wars getting stirred up. The digital IDs being talked about being mandated or whatnot. Because it's time. This devil has a short time, and the Heavenly Father's making his time short as well. He's speeding up the time. He's going Abaratazai, we be out of here, Lord willing, this year. He's gonna cut this damn devil short, because they getting ready to go all out for America 250, July 4th or whatnot. Lord willing, by that time all hell is breaking loose already. Shit, Abaratazai, we up out of here. Lord willing, we be at that number. Let's continue reading on this article. It says he argued that an account-based system favored by banks and new federal rules could lead to permission digital money tied to digital IDs, a cosmetic illusion of freedom designed to enable more surveillance, coercion, and control. And that's what it's all about, control, man. They want to tie your money to your digital ID. They want to control your money. You've been eating too much meat, so you can't spend no more money on that. You've been drinking too much. You've been driving too much. You've been buying too much gas, whatnot. Everything's going to be controlled. Look at China. China is the model, as Klaus Schwab will say. They have complete control over their people over there. You're doing something they don't like. Well, guess what? You can't buy train tickets no more. Your face is plastered everywhere. Let me see if I can. Let me see. Let's see if I can get in a quick video or something like that showing, how your face will get plastered if have a low score. Let's see what this is talking about. It's a lot.
Is I once again, so the latest in this dystopian outrage that is now all of China apparently is I once again cannot buy food. A couple days ago, my uncle and my cousin helped me get a cell phone that is linked to a Chinese bank card so that I could buy anything. But now, apparently, it has been flagged for some reason, and I have to pass facial recognition identity verification.
video, but it's a lot, yeah. I'm pretty sure you can do a Google search on it, find it. People can't use the train or whatnot because their credit score is low. Let's end this out. Let me see. Says Greene responded by branding the commentary a very important read and stressing her opposition to the Genius Act, which she said cedes regulatory authority to banks and opens avenues for a central bank digital currency. It says, and this is a quote from her, it says, "You think you want to run a tax revolt? If the government puts digital ID in CBDC and controls your keys, you won't be able to refuse to pay your taxes. You'll only be able to comply or die." Greene wrote, as Klaus Schwab would say, you own nothing and be happy. But this is what's coming down the pipe. Comply or die. You're either gonna take that chip, or you're gonna be you X'd out from society, or physically killed. But all in all, the elect has the victory. We ain't gonna be worried. We know this damn devil. He's not gonna kill all of the elect. As it said, let's get a few precepts on that. Yahushai, and we end it off. Yahushai said, there'll be some of you who should not taste that. Let me see. Salakia. Well, I know it's in Matthew. I see the one in Mark. Here it is. Matthew 16. Matthew 16, red letter, speak. Yahushua speaking. Matthew 16:28. It says, "Verily I say unto you, there be some standing here which shall not taste of death till they see the Son of Man coming in his kingdom." So some are the elect, Lord, will be that number. Some brothers and sisters, they're gonna go straight from this life to the next one, man. They're not gonna taste death. But on the other hand, we do have some brothers that will have to, be put to death. Revelation 20:4, beheaded. For not taking that mark. For the namesake of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. All in all, we had a victory in death or in life. We got the victory, man. So I'm not gonna ramble on. Lord willing, it was edifying to the point. I'm ending right there. Lord willing, I'll come back and hit on some more articles. As I mentioned, Trump and Venezuela and other things. So Lord willing, it's edifying to the point. Once again, giving all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Hakudash. The honor to the apostles and elders, great millstone, rule well. Peace and blessings to 144,000 Christians world without truth and sincerity, as well as peace and blessings to all the believers of Yahushai. Shalom.